Everybody, you may remember Mr. Jonathan Simmons, and I have been here at the Falcons mini camp here, open up to the public. Great stuff going on. It's hot and steamy, but so are the Falcons on the field. As a matter of fact, some great comments by Coach Quinn talking to you about what's going on here with the Falcons camp and why he's so excited.
And how important is it to have a guy like Matt Schaub backing up Matt, knowing you have an experienced veteran?
Yeah, Matt Schaub's been a real addition for us through the offseason. There's a real calming presence, as you can imagine, for a guy who's played as many snaps as he had. So when we had the opportunity to, add him on board, we thought it would, be significant for us because he adds not only, experience within the system, but just, the knowledge that he has that he can pass along, not just to quarterbacks, but to other members of the team.
Is it also important for the other Matt? They both get along and they can kind of share ideas, and it's a little bit of bouncing for both.
It's important for all the quarterbacks because so many of those times you look for that guy who's right next to you. So whether it's Matt Schaub or Matt Sims, there's a lot of Matts in our room. Matt, so as we're going through that connection amongst teammates, it's important at every position, but I think it's even more so at quarterback because they're literally trying to see the same thing on every play, and they're kind of coaching one another. And so having that kind of bond, that type of connection, is important.
You obviously saw in like the physicalness of the shield.
Yeah.
But can you see his transformation?
That's only one
NFL player. How's that coming along like that?
Yeah, we haven't seen the part of his game that so shows up, that physical style that he plays with. But what we can see is the mental quickness and the speed that he plays with. We track all the plays that he was targeted on, whether it was zone or man, and throws to his side. He's really been on point. We knew the learning part, was going to be an important one over that. The short window that we get with the rooks. He's worked extremely hard getting ready, and now over the next 4 and 5 weeks, how fast can he get those smallest of details down so we hit the field, at the start of preseason. We're counting him to have a huge role for us.
You also took 2 linebackers pretty early. Is it possible to have 3 rookies in your starting lineup week 1?
They'll decide that, and as we go through the process.
Have you seen enough so far to give you a vibe?
We've put them right with the group. We're anxiously seeing what they can do. So each step is a little challenge. And so being with the first group of the OTAs, that's a nice challenge. And then doing it with pads on when we come to training camp against one another, that's a challenge. And then when we get into the preseason games, that's the third part. So they passed the first part of the test, so to speak. And then the next part will come at the start of camp, and then into the preseason games. Where we're doing live tackling and some calls that we're not playing against the offensive people that you're familiar with. So we're really thrilled with the development of those young guys. It was great to see Hooper, as another young player here, get his chance to get some catches today. He had a few yesterday, he had 2 yesterday, and some more today. So we're thrilled with the class. They're putting in the work, and that's how they're earning the respect of their teammates by the mindset that they're bringing.
What specifically did you see from
I think it's been an overall, not just the 3 days long that would jump out to me. I think the first few days, like you'd expect, the learning, maybe a hesitation, and then now the elimination of the doubt of the assignment, of how quickly he can flow. So it's the speed and burst that he plays with was probably a little stronger than I had thought. And so you can tell he put the work in to say he had the traits that we were looking for, and now that he has the quickness to play zone defense. We've seen him matched up on man-to-man against the tight ends and the backs. We got some hard matches to go against, and that part of practice where we get to go against one another, like you can see how difficult it is a matchup on Freeman and Jacob Tamme, and so with him getting to go against them and Campbell as well, I thought it's been a real plus. We're just trying to find out as much as we can about him, and those two in the coverage aspect are answering the bell.
We're talking to Grady Jarrett about his move full-time to nose tackle. Really nose tackle's not really his work to the world.
He's a great nose tackle.
To you, what makes Jarrett a good fit there?
In our system, we move more so than traditional 34 teams. So that's what makes our nose tackle. We want to have that versatility. Always, from history of ball to now, that interior line, it takes a lot of toughness. Whether you're on the move, like we are, where we're a one-gap team, where we can penetrate a little more, or you're playing 34, where you're more sturdy and two-gapping. We know Grady, although he's not 330 pounds, he's really strong, and he plays with good quickness. So we're anticipating to see what he can do.